Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today it's around 79 degrees in Tokyo and it's 5:22 in the morning or so a nice early start. Today is day 87 of the program, week 14, and we're going to do a 2-mile recovery jog. So let's get to work. You know, this whole journey does beg the question, are we ever going to be done with this? Anyone else tired? Tired of showing up 6 days a week and running, lifting, and don't get me started on those fartleks. Those things suck. Like, when does it end? I don't know, a couple weeks from now maybe? 3, 2, 1, hurrah! This morning I missed a couple alarms. I think my volume on my phone was set too low. So I gotta find my throttle pace. My left hip feels a little higher than my right today. So my stride's a little odd. So I might toggle between this and walking. I was interrupted at about 1 in the morning. Our little one, or not our little one, our middle one, Akari, came into our room and Felicia woke me up and was like, hey, put this thing to bed. I was like, okay. So I brought her upstairs, got her all comfy. Got everything situated. And then I was like, do I want to walk all the way downstairs? Or should I just like crash right here? And I passed out on the couch, which is quite comfy, right? Shout out to the Love Sack, one of our largest corporate sponsors. Why go out and run when you could lay out on the sack, right? Just kidding, we don't have corporate sponsors. Not yet, anyway. Maybe someday. But sometimes, not always, when you sleep on the couch, it's just a little different than the bed. So I wake up and my body's like, what the heck? And I think that's why my hips feels a little higher, a little off. It could be something residual from the Monday long run. But I don't think so, because honestly that Monday, that run was pretty clean. Had really nice form, really good pace. And throughout that day, didn't really have any problems. Maybe a little bit of discomfort in the top of my right foot, my left ankle. Nothing with the hip though. Nothing with the lower back. Even yesterday, really no discomfort in those spaces from the legs. I mean, sometimes stairs would be a little sad. Trying to play with my stride a little bit. Increase it, decrease it. Find a range of motion. That works for me. But friends, we've been doing this whole, one second. We've been doing this whole running thing long enough. I think we could be honest with each other, right? Yeah, be vulnerable, be transparent. Like, today, man, I'm just really feeling cut up inside. Like, yesterday, I stumbled upon the hot wings. This morning, last night, a little bit rough. Hot wings can take you out of the game. It's hard for me to show up, yo, when you're working with that kind of fire. So maybe this is just your public service announcement to be careful before your fartlek, before your long runs. Because those wings, they'll mess you up, man. I think that's the hardest part of the workout right now. Is like telling myself, yo, you already had that fight this morning. Everything should be processed. You might have residual discomfort, but it ain't nothing but a thing. Go hit your 2 miles. It'll take you 25 minutes. Go home, and if there's a lingering experience, you could deal with it at home. No need to use the squatting potty of terror with the spiders and crap. Just trust your body. But anyway, I want to be real. It's the hardest part of my recovery right now. Whew. I am sore though. But yeah, when will this journey end? Well, technically in 3.5 weeks, but we both know better, right? You've seen a huge life shift. Why stop? boss. Why stop? Why throw it in 3 weeks? You know what the problem is? I've been trying to figure out why I'm winded. I'm recovering at fartlek pace. Whew, there we go. That's here's the half marathon throttle. I was like, why can't I breathe and talk? Because you're running. Impatient Joe was like, get it done. Rip off the band-aid. Just in case the wings appear. They're pretty good too. They weren't my own though. I had thawed a whole bunch of chicken. And then life happened a couple times. Uber Eats showed up. And then I was opening the packages of chicken in the fridge. And for me, I have a different tolerance to certain things. I was like, a little funky. But, you know, if we get the grill up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, that should kill anything grown in this chicken that wants to kill me. By the way, that's really poor science. That's me thinking I'm smart. Anyway, across the room, Felicia was like, dude, what the heck is that smell? Like, what is that? And I was like, I don't know. You want to check if it's the chicken? So she comes over, puts her head really close to the bowl, commits to a full inhale immediately, because she's pregnant and has some sensitivities to smell. Starts dry heaving. She is just, her body just couldn't even do it, man. Like, dry heaving to the point, like, run into the bathroom just in case. She came back and was like, no way, that is not happening. Because me, I played it off like, I don't know, I was kind of uncertain about it. What do you think, babe? Meanwhile, she's almost puking. And it's like, we don't want the gestational distress from that experience for us and the kids. So I threw out 20 bucks worth of chicken to save us the pain. And then got all the kids dressed real quick. And we headed off, went out to eat, found a pub burger joint. It was awesome, but they had hot wings. Those hot wings were real. Ohayou gozaimasu. I like Happy OG-san. He's the best. Alright. So friends, what's nice? We're almost at a mile. For some reason, and I can't fully pin it, I'm running in a hurry today. So my recovery's a little bit more aggressive. Don't know why. I will say it's gonna be really easy for me to want to walk. Just from the cardio side. But press on. Keep rocking it. Got maybe another 0.1 miles. And for me, I have to go a little beyond. I'm gonna see if I can get some quiet river time today by a little reflection area.
Total distance 1 mile. Total time 12 minutes and 41 seconds.
Dang,
Pace of road is 40 seconds per mile.
that's quick, man. 12:40. Let's go. Let's go. It's beautiful today. It is wicked humid though. Still not sure why I'm locked at this pace. In some ways, mechanically, it feels better today to like run than to trottle. I don't know. It's interesting. 1.11. Gotta get to 1.15. Turn it back. See if I can stay in it. After my run yesterday, I was still struggling to get the oxygen I needed, like post-run. So I was like in the morning working with Felicia, making breakfast for the kids, running them out the door. Every once in a while I'd hit one of those forceful double inhales with a slow release. She thought like I was sighing, like to sigh. She like thought I was mad at her and like super disgruntled. And I was like, no, babe, I'm just trying to breathe. And she's like, you worked out 15 minutes ago. What do you mean you're breathing? I was like, my body still needs oxygen. The extremities. Gotta reoxygenate the blood. Help recovery. She's like, well, stop it. It's making me feel bad. So, when you train for a half marathon and you learn some things about your body that work for you, you might look a little different or a little silly to people around you. And that's okay. You just gotta do what works for you. I mean, my goodness. I've been running for 13 weeks with a camera on my head at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. Like, what a derp. But we're getting those results. We're on this journey together. We've hit every single run. We've hit every single lift. Some of the lifts, some of the runs might not have been perfectly clean. That's life, man. It's just about showing up with what we got and doing the best we can. And that's all, man. That's all we can do, right? You might have missed half of your food logging days. So what? Show up today. Keep track of it. Because at this point in the journey, you might recognize that you need fuel, right? Your lifts are crap. Your running is crap. If you're eating crap, right? We have to face the cause and effect of our decisions. It's all interconnected. It's not guilt, right? I'm not trying to push anyone towards the guilt, shame loops, because I don't think any good change comes in those spaces. I'm trying to push you towards knowledge and conviction. Conviction is recognizing how this stuff is interconnected, and you're convicted to push, to make the choices in a moment where you could compromise so that you reap the reward or the fruit later, right? Recognizing on Sunday night you should be going to bed at 8:30 if you really are going to try to wake up at 4:30, 3:30, whatever. That's conviction. That's a shift in behavior because you know you get a different outcome from that diligence, from that discipline. It's not guilt and shame. And there will be some days where you thought you had that conviction and then you scroll on TikTok until 11:30 at night because you really like my content and only me. Just kidding. And you're like, oh man, and you go to bed late And option A, you wake up early and you're a little trash and you still show up and press play. Option B, man, your body says sleep. Crap, you're an hour and a half behind. What's that day look like? How do you still find conviction after a slip from perfection? Because we're not going to be perfect. All right, well, before you run out, maybe you set out a quick breakfast for your kids. Put on your Paw Patrol so they're neutralized for a little bit until your partner catches them. Maybe you send that proactive email to your coworkers and just let them know, like, hey, still training for this half marathon. I know I talked to you about it another time, but today's one of those days where the weekend got away from me. I started late. So let's bump it back, right? Let's bump that team meeting back to 11 a.m. Take the time to give yourself a slower start or catch up. Looking forward to the week. I just gotta finish this task first, right? That's conviction. And some of you don't have that. I'm gonna walk. It's funny, I know I'm running with poor abs. Poor form. Part of it's the ab squeeze. It ain't working for me today, so I'm gonna walk it out a little bit for me. Try to focus on form. But like, that's conviction, right? But maybe you work in a context where if you're not at the hospital at 8 a.m. people die, right? Like, everyone has a different job, so I want to be careful to also not assume you're all working middle management, white collar jobs. A lot of you are students. Some of you are unemployed. I think many of you work across a wide range of contexts with different levels of work-life flexibility. So you know what that means, right? You woke up too late. You're not going to be able to hit that Monday long run. You got to go into the office or the factory. You got to work diligently and get it done. You're going to come home and cook dinner, feed your family. At least that's what I do. I'm Chef Joe, okay? I work and I chef. Me and my wife have different balances that work for us. But, you know, you get it done. Tuck your kids in at night, and maybe you're working standard 8 to 5, 8 to 6. Well, you know what that means at 8:30 at night, right? It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a night run, my friend. You're gonna be out there crushing it from 8:30 till 11. That's conviction. But what you're really gonna try to avoid is slipping that workout to the next day. You can, but there's always a way to slip it, and slip and slip and slip and overlap, and all of a sudden your hard days on Wednesdays and your recoveries on a day when you could work out, and everything just gets mushy. Sometimes conviction is recognizing that on a lift, it just doesn't fit fully with your day. So you're gonna give it the best you can for 2 sets, even 1 set, right? That you're gonna get a mini focused pump. Move your body proactively. Don't skip your stretch though. Take a shower, hop into your day, and look beyond and know that you have 3 more chances on that workout. And I talk through all this because, gosh, if you're still here at 13 weeks, if you're still floating atop my head on the same darn path, right? Same trail almost every day except for a couple Osaka runs and hopefully a couple Kyoto, Hokkaido runs for my vacation coming up next week. Like, if you're still here, I bet you have conviction. I just think you might, if you struggle with imposter syndrome like me, you just might not have the ability to see it in yourself. I still have just as much doubt about showing up and exercising and recording these videos today as I did on week 0. Even though I've edited a third of the journey, put it out on YouTube, I still doubt the process. I'm like, we made it up to 10 miles. It's just another incomplete project from Joe. Another thing I can't finish. Right? I'm one rolled ankle away, or got some things coming up that are gonna make me busy. I'm gonna be too busy to finish it when I'm on vacation. Which, by the way, exercising on vacation is like one of the coolest things ever, because all the other crap's out of the way. So shepherd your body and then go have a great day, right? No need to let loose too much. You can loosen it a little bit, but still show up for yourself. Whew. I think I'm gonna do a roll and release when I get home, and I'm gonna get some good lower back hip crack kind of deals. Should be good. I'll be tracking 5:49, 1.85 miles, 25 minutes in. That's pretty good. Definitely slower pace right now, walking like a 14-minute. But really glad I discerned to slow down at the end. There's a twist in the hips. Gozaimasu. So some of my posture is not exactly where I want it. I don't have a mirror to check it. I can just tell. I think if you look at my sacrum to hips, there's a little bit of this. It's subtle, but I feel it. And it's not easily correctable right now. I think I got to do my old man side stretch kind of deal, which I'll hit at home. But I'm still getting good, safe cardio. Took the intensity out of it. And I'm happy with the first mile. It's good pace. Gozaimasu. Oh yeah. Oh geez, son, that's what I'm talking about. A very, very different build than me. It's a beautiful pace though. And you see how short that stride is? Like his foot's barely coming past the other foot. But he's got a really gentle bounce, probably really good mechanics. And it's just experience. It's people that come out and do this a couple times a week, but they do it for years. And friends, we talked about, what's after this, right? Is there an end? Is there an end to lifting always being harder? Running always being hard? Do we ever stop adding push-ups? Right? The things I complain about. Over the next 3.5 weeks, because that's where you're at, after each of these workouts, I really want you to focus on how you feel after. And it's in that moment, but also throughout the day. Where can you play with your kids in a way that you couldn't? Where do you have more mobility? Are you waking up with less pain than you had in the past? Are you pulling more reps, going out farther on distance, lifting more? And ask yourself, are you at the point where you want to sustain that? Are you at a point where you're willing to let all that go? Or are you at a point where you want to push beyond that? And I think that's going to help you prepare for that decision. All right? Because you need to make that choice before you get to day 6 of week 16.
Total time 28 minutes and 40 seconds.
We're gonna walk to the nice bridge. So I think it's something you really got to think about proactively. How Gozaimasu. That bro behind me, He's got his buckets, or his jugs. He's gonna fill them up with river water. He's gonna carry those suckers some unknown distance. And I don't think it's because he needs water out of the river to live. I think it's because he needs to carry that water to live. Right, that's the health and wellness routine he's found. So you need to start asking yourself if you're ready for a new normal. If this is truly a lifestyle you want to maintain. Because maintaining distance is totally doable. You don't have to be climbing mile by mile each week. Right? You could float in the 4 to 6 mile range. 6 miles will take you an hour and 20 minutes. 4 miles will take you about an hour or so. You could keep the fartlicks, keep the recovery. You could cycle back through blocks 1, 2, 3, 4 and push harder. You can keep doing this stuff. Or you could run your half marathon,
Workout pause.
check a box, and never look back. And you will be right back where you were in like 3 weeks. It really only takes about 3 weeks sometimes to get back to where you were at the start of a 16-week journey. Eating the way you used to eat, sitting the way you used to sit, not getting out. And it's not to scare you, it's for conviction. It's for knowledge. These are the hard lessons we're learning together, right? I'm learning it too. I'm like, shoot, these runs make me tired. What do I do after that? For me, my plan is to figure out how to live stream these runs as opposed to recording them. You know, recording's helpful, and maybe I'll record one a week, like the long runs or something. But if I live stream them and can talk with people online and answer questions while I'm out on the trail, questions from people that are probably doing the program themselves, it'll keep pushing me to run farther, maybe find another race to train up for. I'm probably gonna drop down to 4 to 6s on my long runs, because I just don't need to be climbing right now. I got a baby coming in 5 months, and there's not a marathon I want to target right now. It's too close on timing. It's too aggressive. But I don't want to lose this progress. I don't want to lose this lifestyle. So that's me. It's bringing the accountability in by live streaming my lifts and my runs, because I already have this whole journey recorded, and I keep pushing people to the journey to do on their own time, because they can just watch it on YouTube, and then push the accountability and the talking to the live stream format, and maybe rotate that between Twitch and TikTok, maybe even other platforms like YouTube or Insta. I don't know. So that's me. But I'm gonna give you some quiet on the river. I've been talking too much. But really think about what's your next. The end of week 16, and you have that accomplishment, that achievement. Do you regress? Do you sustain, or do you want to push farther? All right, friends. The one thing I want to encourage you with, right? Regress, sustain, push farther. Don't let life make that choice for you, because it will always choose comfort and regression, which actually leads to discomfort and pain down the road. All right, see you around, friends.